under a somber cloud that hangs heavy on our nation. You will recall that I did invoke Standing Order Number 1 to adjourn the morning sitting of this House yesterday, a decision that resonated with the anxious solemnity that gripped the country as news broke of the passing on of one of Kenya's greatest sons. Honorable members, as confirmed by His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, the nation is in a mourning following the death of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, the second Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga passed away yesterday, Wednesday, 15th October 2025, while undergoing treatment in India. Honorable members, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was born on 7th January 1945 to the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and the late Mama Juma Odinga in Maseno, Kisumu County. He was the son of Kenya's first Vice President, and from his earliest years, he was shaped by the spirit of courage, conviction, and compassion that would later define his life. He was educated in Kenya and Germany, where he earned a master's degree in mechanical engineering, a foundation that spoke to his sharp intellect and practical vision. On returning home, he lectured at the University of Nairobi and founded the East African Spectre Limited, an enterprise that reflected his belief that Africans could build and own their own future. When multi-party democracy was finally restored in Kenya, he became a central figure in shaping the nation's modern political history. From his election as a Member of Parliament for Langata constituency in 1992, to his leadership in the government and opposition, he embodied resilience and an abiding faith in the will of the people. Honorable members, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was a reformer whose fingerprints are on every chapter of Kenya's democratic evolution. He played a pivotal role in the push for constitutional reform, chaired key parliamentary committees, and stood at the forefront of the conversations that eventually birthed the Constitution of Kenya 2010, our living testament to shared governance, freedom, and devolution. As a Minister for Roads, Public Works, and Housing, he championed infrastructure projects that reshaped our country, the expansion of major highways, the planning of the Lapsset Corridor, and the bold reclamation of public spaces long lost to impunity and land grabbing. Honorable members, as Prime Minister in the Grand Coalition Government, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga steered national reconciliation after the 2007-2008 post-election violence, working alongside the late President Mwai Kibaki to rebuild a nation torn by grief. As a principal in the eventual Grand Coalition Government, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga and His Excellency Mwai Kibaki appointed a team comprising His Excellency President William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, James Orengo, Professor Sam Ongeri, Martha Karua, Sally Kosgei, the late Mutula Kilonzo, and yours truly, Moses Wetang'ula, to join the former UN Secretary General, His Excellency Kofi Annan, Benjamin Mkapa, the late former President of Tanzania, and Mama Grace Machel, the former First Lady of Mozambique and South Africa, to negotiate on bringing the country back to normalcy. His commitment to unity and justice did not end at our borders. As the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure Development, he continued to serve the continent with same energy and vision that defined his public life. Honorable members, even in moments of political contest, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga often chose peace over power. This was demonstrated in the year 2007, 2013, 2017, and 2022 elections, when he put the stability of this nation above personal ambition, demonstrating time and again that leadership is not only about winning, but about holding our nation together. He was a man of the people, known to millions simply as Agwambo, Baba, Jacom, Tinga, and many other acronyms, just to name but a few. He walked with the mighty and the humble alike. He inspired courage, provoked thought, and carried with him the stubborn hope that Kenya could always be better than her past. Honorable members, as we remember this towering freedom fighter, patriot, and statesman, we also remember the tenderness behind the fire, the laughter behind the struggle, and the humanity behind the politics. He was a life that reminded us that conviction and compassion can walk hand in hand. I can go on and on and on, for there is so much that can be said about this great statesman, but I opt to pause at this moment. And therefore, honorable members, on behalf of the National Assembly, the Parliamentary Service Commission, and indeed on my own behalf, I extend our deepest condolences to the family of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, specifically Mama Ida and the children, Rosemary, Junior and Winnie, and our colleagues, Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga and Honorable Ruth Odinga Busia, to his friends and to all Kenyans who mourn this father of the nation. Honorable members wishing to pay their respects may do so in the course of the day today. In the meantime, you approved an exceptional motion co-sponsored by the leaders of the majority party and the minority party to enable this House record its tributes to our departed former Prime Minister. In line with the presidential proclamation that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga has be accorded a state funeral, necessary arrangements have been put in place to ensure that this will be done in a manner befitting his stature. As a matter of fact, His Excellency the President, in consultation with the family, has set up a planning committee headed by His Excellency the Deputy President and Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga to coordinate all necessary arrangements. The committee will keep the country updated as appropriate. Honorable members, later in the day, the body which has already touched down at JKIA will be brought to Parliament to lie in state from noon until 5. Within that period, members of the public who are already queuing in their thousands out there will be milling through to pay their respects. The House will continue its sittings for you to eulogize the fallen leader, but members will be at liberty from time to time to step out, go and pay your respects, view the body, and come back to continue with our debate. His Excellency the President will be arriving in Parliament at around midday to join us, a few of us, in receiving the body. The House will continue until we break for lunch, resume at 2:30, and debate until midnight or until the last member who wishes to speak speaks, whichever comes earlier. We will, in the course of the day, be advising you as we go along. We'll have many visitors within Parliament, be good hosts. There will be cabinet members, there will be military and service commanders, there will be diplomats coming to Parliament to pay their respects and play, as you always play, as good hosts. Equally important, tomorrow there will be a state funeral conducted at Nyayo Stadium. I've instructed the clerk and the protocol teams of Parliament to ensure that there is enough space for members of Parliament to get seats at the stadium so that you can be part and parcel of the national mourning team. Thereafter, the body will be taken to Kisumu. Some members, numbering about 60, have requested to be assisted to fly to Kisumu. I've instructed the clerk to do so. Members who want to do so can record your names with the office of the clerk. You will be taken for the funeral on Sunday and be brought back. Those who want to come back on their own, you are free to do so that we can be part of this process. The Honorable Raila, if you were not close to him, was a man who begrudged nobody, was a man who stood head and shoulders above the clouds of politics, was a man who interacted with everybody. You are truly here, and those of you who love football always sat together with the Honorable Raila watching Arsenal, which was our team, and a team that he loved so much. When Arsenal was playing, Honorable Raila would not talk to anybody until the match is over. He will pay military attention to the game, and he would count all the players up to the subs. Arsenal was in his blood like it is in mine. And I'm told Jack Wamboka has also Arsenal in his blood. So we have lost a great man. We have lost a great statesman. In the debate we are going to have, once I finish this, I'll invite Owen Bayer to move the motion. The leadership on this side, I'm told Gisairo will second the motion. No theatrics, no side shows. We're honoring a great man. Let's not use this moment to settle unhelpful and irrelevant political scores. Let's use this moment to honor a man who fought viciously like a buffalo and immediately made peace like an antelope with all the people he fought with. Whoever imagined the Right Honorable Raila would have worked with President Moi, who had detained him for 9 years? He did. Whoever imagined the Honorable Raila would sit in the same government as Prime Minister to President Kibaki after the 2007 vicious political contest? And he did. Whoever imagined the Right Honorable Raila Odinga would have a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, our former president? And he did. Whoever imagined the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga would sit with President William Ruto after the last contest in 2022, that he was bruising and vicious, and he did. He's an example for all of us to emulate, that a political contest is not enmity. A political contest should not divide our country. A political contest should only be an opportunity to give wananchi to decide who of us should lead. And at the end of it all, the winner should never exalt him or herself, and the loser should never feel vanquished. We all come back together and remember, like Raila always did, that we have no spare country. We have only one Kenya, and everybody has a duty, a patriotic duty, to contribute to the well-being of our nation. You will find Honorable Raila in Burma taking porridge with the ordinary people. You would find Honorable Raila in the Hilton eating caviar with the mighty. That was the great man he was. And I encourage you, young politicians, emulate this and our country will go places. Emulate this and our country will spring from a developing country to a developed country. The ball is in our court. Rome was never built in a day, but the Romans were there to build it. Kenya cannot be built in a day, but Kenyans are there to build it. And you have been given the rare privilege at this time in our history to be the leaders of our country. Let's lead from the front, let's show good examples, and let's emulate the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. that in your heart there is no space for malice, there's no space for hatred, there's no space for vitriol, there's no space for cheap and unhelpful politics. There's only space for Kenya. Honorable members, in honor of, pardon? Take your seats. Take the nearest seats. Yeah?